So I know that in my question, there's a great deal of judgment happening. And so I know that's sort of maybe the first hurdle for me to overcome. It's just very difficult not to. I used to work for epidemiology and for the county medical examiner's office. And so I'm shaken by seeing the trucks that have pulled into the parking garage where I used to just park for work, knowing that that means how full they are. When I was discharged from the hospital yesterday, they were very transparent with me that the reason was that over half of their capacity is now COVID. Mm-hmm. And it was more at risk for me to stay than it was for me to go. I see people I know and love making these decisions and going on wine tours and visiting this and that. And, you know, these things are not, they're not necessary. The death will not be necessary. The future disability will not be necessary. It all could have been avoidable. I live in Arizona, which is a state that's sort of promised to never lock down again, no matter how bad things get. I'm terrified, you know, I've tried my whole life to work on the idea that people are basically good, and this is deeply challenging to that. I try so hard to understand where people come from and give so much compassion, but at this point, you know, you can't deny what's happening, and the denial itself is a coping mechanism, but at what cost? I just feel lost to deal with it.
Yeah. So first I want to just name that I feel like you are incredibly clear and mindful and lucid about what's going on inside you. And that's actually the first step, because if you're not, then you're just kind of caught in the blame, anger, rage, whatever, but not aware. So I'm really appreciating your awareness. And I'm also appreciating that you're naming something that a whole lot of people are feeling, that we're kind of in a collective stuck place around this one, where it seems so evident to many that something really dangerous, violent, scary is going on, and that we have some choices that could make things better. And it's so hard to imagine how some people could stay in denial and not collaborate for safety. You know, it's so hard. So in addition to your awareness, just to know you're really accompanied in that it ranges from being baffled to being totally horrified. And then the question is, how do you want to be responding to the fact that some people are living in a different reality? How do you want to respond to that?
I don't want this time in history to take me away from the center of being compassionate. That's something that's always been very, very important to me, to understand the reasons for other people's behavior, even if I don't agree with them, and to continue to support people who are suffering, even if it's suffering that needed not to happen, you know. I want to stay in alignment with my center of being a compassionate person and of being someone who is an example for others of being compassionate. I'm just more challenged at this point than I have been in the past.
Good, but thank you for naming that. So that's the prayer. And right now you're naming what I wish would be our collective prayer, that we somehow or other witness what's happening and have the deep commitment as much as possible to come to that heart space that really gets it, that people are deluded. It's not their fault. They're just deluded. And there have been through history many, many examples of people going into mass delusion and causing unspeakable harm to each other. Many, many examples of the contagion of it. So here we are. And to the degree that a good enough number of us can have that as our deep prayer, that we can find our way back to compassion, that too is contagious. So that brings us to the next question, which is, what helps when you feel those feelings? What helps to kind of bring you back?
I've been home since March, so I've been trying to find ways to sort of do random acts of kindness for other people, to get into a space of gratitude or kindness. I saw the idea online, so I made a little station for delivery people on my porch with snacks and baby wipes and hand sanitizer and just things for them to get, and watching them on my doorbell camera has really been a highlight, because it's really helped me remember that I can have a positive impact on other people, even just stuck in my house. I want to find more ways to do that, or think of new ways to give to people.
That's beautiful. So one thing that helps us is giving, and another is remembering the goodness in people that's more obvious to you. Like when you see people that are caring, to slow down and go, okay, people care. It's our capacity. It's not woken up in everyone, but it's there because it really helps. Like it helps me to feel your caring. Really.
Yeah, because people are very cute. They kind of, when they go pick out snacks and stuff, they kind of go into almost a childlike place, and it's easy to then connect with, I don't know this person, I don't know who they are in their life, but at least in this moment, I can sort of see this innocence that we all have.
That
We all
is
have
beautiful.
this inner child that expresses through different ways. And
well, I think you've given a lot of people a good idea. So
I hope more people do it. They really
yeah,
deserve
well,
it.
you're getting chat marks saying, yeah, and one person wanted you to come to their neighborhood and move in. And so that's one side of it. But here's the other side. When you do get reactive, when you do get that horror,
Mm-hmm.
and for some of us, it can be like a despairing feeling, like, how can we ever find our way back if this is the way humans behave? And see how much you can make the U-turn, where you go from how could they be like that to really breathing with the horror and upset, really letting your own awake heart hold your human heart. Okay? So what you named is a beautiful way to give more heart space. And this is just when you're stuck, make the U-turn, come back, and really forgive and allow that this human heart is really upset and hold kindly, because there are many, many people to hold hands with and move forward or evolve our consciousness. And you can be part of that, but you want to come from the place you named, which is compassion. And I can feel that. I'm glad we're on the path together.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Blessings.
Thank you. You too.